Oh hey, I'm Ranger Matt. You know, there's no better way to get up close to nature in Indiana Dunes country than by exploring the more than 70 miles of trails that wind through the state park and national park. Come with me to explore several trails, including one of the most scenic hikes in the nation. Each trail has its own level of difficulty, length, and unique features. So no matter what your skill level or interests, you'll find one that fits you.
There are 14 trail systems in the Indiana Dunes National Park.
Of those, one of the most popular is the West Beach Trail, a medium to difficult hike that leads to the top of a high dune.
Follow the loop through dunes, woods, prairie, and ponds.
When you get to the top of the 250 steps, you'll be rewarded with what some say is the most spectacular view of the dunes.
Not up for those stairs? That's okay. Portage Lakefront and Riverwalk is a modest stroll that blends lakeshore, dunes ecology, and riverfront with industry. The paved walkways are great for those who need an accessible hike. It's also a perfect location for watching migrant birds in the spring and fall and observing shelf ice that forms along the beach in the winter. Another trail system in the national park is Tolleston Dunes, where you can hike along the ancient dune ridges from thousands of years ago. Don't forget your cross-country skis in the winter.
If you want to include a little bit of history in your hike, check out Bailey Homestead and Chelberg Farm on the Little Calumet Trail System. These easy to moderate hikes are open year-round, so you can watch the seasons change as you explore local history. The Indiana Dunes State Park also has access to some incredible hiking trails. Let's start with the most adventurous, the 3 Dune Challenge. This 1.5 mile hike will lead you over the highest peaks in the Indiana Dunes: Mount Jackson, Mount Holden, Mount Tom, the tallest sand dune in the area at 192 feet. And it offers spectacular views of Lake Michigan, the Chicago skyline, and the surrounding landscape. When you've conquered your challenge,
we conquered the 3 Dunes Challenge!
Stop by the Visitor Center for your free stickers and decals.
You might also want to buy a t-shirt or hoodie as a reward to yourself. You earned it, buddy. At 5.5 miles, Trail 10 is the state park's longest trail. Adventurous hikers who tough out this trek will be rewarded by stands of white pine and a tree graveyard in the Big Blowout.
But we can't leave out Trail 9 of the Indiana Dunes State Park, which USA Today called one of the top scenic hikes in the nation. That about covers both of the parks in the Indiana Dunes. But don't forget that hiking adventures can also be found south of the dunes.
Just a few miles from the park is the Coffee Creek Watershed Preserve, where you can experience 5 miles of trail through wetland and prairie along Coffee Creek. Meadowbrook Nature Preserve features the restoration of agricultural fields into forested habitat for migratory birds and other wildlife. Nearby Sunset Hill Farm is also a great spot for a family hike.
Venture even farther south to Gapus Arboretum and Gardens in Valparaiso. There's just over 6 miles of trails that wander through the many acres of diverse habitat. It's a great spot for bird watching.
There's also a railway garden that kids love. Well, that's about it for me. The only thing left to decide is which trail you'll start first. See you on the trails. Hey, wait up!
For more hiking tips, get a copy of the Indiana Dunes Beaches and Beyond Outdoors Venture Guide.
To get this guide and others, stop by the Indiana Dunes Visitor Center. It's just a couple of miles south of the Indiana Dunes State Park entrance, right off of State Road 49. Or request to have the guide mailed right to your front door by visiting our website.
Go to indianadunes.com to plan your trip.
We'd love to hear about your hiking tips, favorite trails, or secret spots. Tell us about them in the comments below. Happy hiking!